Real Talk. This is somebody that you listening out there are going to get to know this guy. He's a frequent guest on our show. We had him on just a few weeks ago.
Prognosticator par excellence.
We call him a modern-day Nostradamus. I'm sure he'll take that. I'm sure you've been called worse, haven't you? Geraled Celente joins us. Gerald's from Trends Research Institute in New York, and it's great to have you back.
Hey, thanks for having me, Vince, and congratulations on your new show.
Yeah, well, a new station, same. It's not the same show to those people. They've never heard it before, so yeah, I guess it is a new show.
Well, you're
He's
new
right.
station, Jeff.
Yeah.
Well, good morning to you, Gerald. Great to have you back.
Well, thanks.
Not at all.
You got to get off this good morning. We're afternoon in Florida, okay? You said
An afternoon in Kingston, New York.
That's right.
That's where I am.
Yeah.
For our audience, good day to you.
Good day.
For Gerald.
Bonjour.
Good morning. Yeah, hey, bonjour, monsieur. Comment allez-vous aujourd'hui?
Hey, it's always good to have you, of course, because you're such you're our favorite bearer of bad tidings. There
Come
you go.
on.
No, but I mean, actually, really, that's not true. What you're doing is helping people. It's just not always taken that way.
He calls it the way it is.
Right.
Well, we consider ourselves like you go to a doctor, you get a diagnosis. You don't call the doctor a right-wing, a left-wing, optimistic, pessimistic. It's what it is. And we're political atheists. We don't believe in these fairy tales. Matter of fact, in this Trends Journal, we just went out yesterday to our subscribers. We did a whole piece on there's no business like show business. And politics, as they say, is show business for ugly people. And when you look at it and break it down, all it is theater and second-rate theater at that. And the people that are running the show are the same people that you couldn't stand in high school and college that wanted to be class presidents and head of the student council.
But you're right.
You remember them, the stuck-ups, the brown-nosers, the self-serving, the teachers' pets, the tattletales, or as we call them in the Bronx, rats.
It was a world under their own that the rest of us couldn't relate to.
Exactly.
Right. That we felt like we were on the outs, we were on the outside. We weren't anybody unless we were part of that group. No,
exactly. And they're telling us what to do now. They follow their career paths. Who gets away with this stuff? You always see the same photos, whether it's the presidents or secretaries or this and that. They're waving from the top of a jumbo jet. And by the time they walk down the stairs, the red carpet is rolled out, the band is playing, the dignitaries are bowing and scraping. Who made this stuff up? Go and do your job. I don't want to pay for this garbage. And it's all theater, and they keep carrying on this theater so people look up to them. And whether it's the clown that's the congressman, or as I said, the secretary of this or that, prime minister, president, it's the same show. And just like in Hollywood, they have the elaborate sets, well, in Washington, they have the same old redundant ones. You've seen them. There's the congressman on the Capitol Hill stairs. There's the president sitting behind the desk. There are the flags fluttering. And when they go off stage, you see them. They're sucking on they made an ice cream cone all by themselves, or they eat a hot dog, or they're sitting on a bale of hay with bunting draped around them. This is nothing more than cheap theater, and they're leading us down the road to destruction. They're the same incompetence that you couldn't stand, as I said, in high school and college.
One of the things that I won't be doing this time because I've learned my lesson, and from listening to guys like you talk about this too has opened my eyes. It's like every 4 years when they start rolling out the potential candidates for the White House. You sit around in these conversations and it's like, oh yeah, I've got my eye on so and so. You know what? None of them are any good. None of them.
By definition, who would go for that kind of job? Look, people would not put up with what these guys get away with in their family, with friends, on the job. They get caught lying. Check it out. I misspoke.
Oh, God.
I misremembered.
Disinformation.
Who gets away with this stuff?
Nope, no.
And we're all held up. Listen, you have 2 glasses of wine and you get stopped at a drunk driving checkpoint. They'll throw you up against the car, handcuff you, and haul you off to jail. but you pull off major crimes like the Goldman Sachs gang or any of them, and they're too big to jail. The whole system it's being corrupted like we've never seen before, ever, in this country. And people complain, what Obama's doing is, this is socialism, it's Marxism. No, it's not. The merger of state and corporate powers, opined Mussolini, who knew a thing or two about it, is called fascism.
Yes.
And fascism has come to America.
Thank you. Exactly. Don, you're on the DNA radio show.
Oh, I'm on the show. I went outside. I was listening to your speech there.
Where are you calling from, Don?
Mims.
Where's
Florida?
that?
Mims.
All right.
Mims, Florida.
Little,
what county? What county is that?
Brevard, North Brevard, very far north.
Oh, okay. You have you want to get a shot at the trivia question?
Yeah, I was telling the caller, your screener there, whoever it was or whatever. I remember the show, but I don't remember the exact day. I'm going to take a shot at Wednesday.
Nope, not it.
Nice try, Don.
Nice try.
Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, thanks for calling, though. Appreciate you listening to us today. One of the things, and we invite your calls, by the way, throughout the hour. We'll stop whatever we're doing because we just want to give that $50 gas card.
We want to get Gerald in here, too.
No. Gerald's not eligible to win.
Not to win, to tell us what's going on.
Yes, that's right, yes. No, because the audience wins if they listen to what this guy is saying.
Yes.
Speaking of which, Gerald, you have a thing that you advertise. It's called the Trends Report.
The Trends Journal.
Trends Journal, I'm sorry. And that is full of so many, different... I mean, first of all, it's not just something you skim through. You download this thing. You're downloading pages and pages, but you're on this thing night and day.
Yeah, we really, I have to say, we really work hard at it. And as you mentioned with the Trends Journal, I mean, every word counts. And we really do our very best to put out a publication. There's nothing, we'll say it clearly, there's nothing like it, whether it's the illustrations, the artwork. It's a magazine, really. And it takes, what we're doing now is we're taking the people to the year 2012 and looking back to 2010 and what was going on. So it's all fact-based. So you have quotes in there, for instance, from Warren Buffett saying that, the recovery is on the way, the recession's over. All of the quotes coming from, Wall Street, the recovery is here, it's in place. There's no recovery. This is nothing more than a stimulus cover-up. And it's not only in the U.S., it's been done worldwide, whether it's China, India, South Korea, Japan, Australia, UK, you name the country, they've been dumping trillions and trillions of dollars into the system to keep it afloat. And now that money's running out. And that's why you're seeing the problems happening in Europe with the central banks, and it's going to continue. So we're going to see, we believe, and again, this is why people say, oh, you're a gloom and doomer. We're going to see a crash in 2010, and we believe that it will happen before 2011 begins. The game is over. You can have all the confidence, hope, and optimism that you want.
Okay. Flesh this out for us, because that's a pretty bold statement. Before the beginning of 2011, you, Geraled Celente, trends forecaster, are predicting a crash.
That's right. And
Flesh
we're
that out.
How is that going to be a financial, an equity markets crash, or a currency crash? The world is being held together right now. This whole game, it's smoke and mirrors. You're seeing what's going on in Europe, for example, with the central banks there. Under all the agreements, the Maastricht Agreement that began the European Monetary Union, all the regulations have been broken, whether it's GDP ratio to debt, whether it's borrowing money from the IMF, whether it's the European central banks buying up toxic assets. They're doing everything they said they would never do. And again, by the way, as I say, there are two sets of rules. They could keep changing the rules all they want, but for us, we have to stick by the rules. So it's going to collapse. We're saying that everyone will